One of the things I enjoy most about studying AI governance is that it completely changes how I read the news. Anthropic announced on July 14th a $10 million Canadian investment to support AI research across Canada, partnering with institutions such as Mila, the Vector Institute, AMI, the University of Toronto, the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario, the Centre for Addiction and Mental Health, Université Laval, and the University of Saskatchewan. At first glance, this looks like another research funding announcement. I think it's much more significant than that. To me, it reflects a broader shift in how the world's leading AI companies think about competitive advantage. For years, the AI race has been framed as a race to build larger models, faster models, and more capable models. Increasingly, I believe the real competition is becoming something else. It is a race to build the world's most trusted AI ecosystem. That realization became much clearer as I worked through the AI governance professional body of knowledge. One concept that really stood out is that AI governance often begins long before legislation is passed. Many of today's most influential AI governance frameworks started not as laws, but as soft law. Soft law refers to voluntary principles, standards, and guidance that are not legally binding, but still shape how organizations behave and how future regulations evolve. One of the best examples is the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development AI Principles, commonly known as the OECD AI Principles. Adopted in 2019, these principles promote AI that is human-centered, trustworthy, transparent, accountable, secure, and respectful of human rights and democratic values. No organization can be fined for failing to comply with the OECD AI principles, yet their influence has been remarkable. They established a common international language for responsible AI and have influenced governments around the world. Those same principles helped shape the G7 Hiroshima AI Process launched by Japan in 2023. Canada was an active participant because Canada is a member of the G7. The Hiroshima Process took the OECD's high-level principles and translated them into practical guidance for organizations developing advanced AI. Rather than simply saying AI should be trustworthy, it encourages organizations to conduct risk assessments, perform safety testing, monitor systems after deployment, strengthen cybersecurity, document capabilities and limitations, manage misuse, and report significant incidents. In other words, the OECD provides the principle. The G7 Hiroshima Process coordinates international guidance. And then jurisdictions like the European Union turn many of those ideas into legislation through the EU AI Act. That progression fascinates me. It demonstrates that governance does not begin when Parliament passes a law. Governance begins when governments, industry, academia, and civil society start agreeing on what responsible AI should look like. This brings me back to Anthropic's announcement. Notice where the investment is going, not simply into bigger models, but into institutions known for AI safety, trustworthiness, reinforcement learning, healthcare, responsible AI, and interdisciplinary research. That is not accidental. Canada has something many countries envy. Although we do not have the world's largest AI companies, Canada helped build the scientific foundations of modern artificial intelligence through pioneers such as Geoffrey Hinton, Yoshua Bengio, and Richard Sutton. Today, institutions like Mila, the Vector Institute, and AMI continue to attract world-class researchers and develop globally respected expertise in trustworthy AI. In my view, Anthropic isn't simply investing in research, it is investing in Canada's AI ecosystem. And ecosystems matter, because no single company can solve AI governance challenges alone. Building trustworthy AI requires collaboration among industry, universities, healthcare organizations, governments, standards bodies, and policymakers. That is exactly what international initiatives like the OECD AI Principles and the G7 Hiroshima process encourage. There is another lesson here for organizations. Too often, governance is viewed as something that slows innovation. I believe the opposite is becoming true. Organizations with strong governance are better positioned to innovate because customers, regulators, employees, and investors increasingly expect AI systems to be safe, transparent, accountable, and trustworthy. Trust is becoming a competitive advantage. That may be the most important lesson I've learned so far. The future of AI leadership will not be determined solely by who develops the smartest models. It will be determined by who builds the strongest ecosystem, one grounded in governance, responsible innovation, international collaboration, and public trust. Canada already has many of the ingredients to lead in that future. The opportunity now is to continue turning those global principles into practical governance that organizations can implement every day. Because in AI, the organizations that earn trust will ultimately be the organizations that lead.